Now, this is something that seems to get polarized, or there's opposition to it. But the way he laid it out, it sounded sensical, not nonsensical.
Yeah.
So what is that about? What's the opposition to it?
Well, so Art Laffer was really like I say, the founding father of supply side economics, where he studied the previous 50 years and found that when the regulations are low and the taxes are low and the people at the top made a bunch of money, everybody made more money. And that was, by the way, 4 or 5 years ago that happened, where we saw income in the blacks and in the Asians and in the all minorities went up on average like $6,500 in a 2-year span. So it was proven once again, and that was a little bit of Laffer's influence on that administration. The problem is it got coined into a phrase called trickle-down economics. Now, Art Laffer has never used that phrase. I didn't want to get into it with him per se, because we can go off on all these tangents. He's never used the phrase. But trickle-down economics is what's become synonymous with supply-side economics. And the term trickle-down, by its very nature, makes it sound like let them eat cake.
Right.
It sounds patronizing. It sounds like the big cheeses get giant bucks, and then the crumbs fall from their table, and the little guy gets some crumbs and some cheese and some crackers. So that's what it sounds like. And again, so much of what we do now is the semantics of it. And again, we're talking money, we're talking resources, we're talking opportunities. You've been to it. I mean, you and I have very different political views, come from completely different perspectives on these things, and we get along like a house on fire. At our events, at our mastermind, we had 3,000 people in the room, and we have left, right, and everything in between, and everybody getting along like a house on fire.
I don't think anybody would know.
Not at all. People wouldn't know my politics too much. But the truth is, what I am interested in is growth. What I did come to America for was opportunity. I'm definitely not pro-socialist, because I've seen the consequences of that, So the downside is that it's really been pegged as trickle-down economics, and that's crumbs from the table. And there is no doubt, it is not. Like when people say, it's just not fair. Well, it's not fair. Like, it's not fair that, Beyonce can sing the way she sings and I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to be able to, put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's different people have different gifts. Different people have different goals, different levels of drive, different work ethics. And, it's interesting. Like, I had my kids write a paper one time, and they were in a school that was very left-leaning, and they were taking economics courses, and they were writing stuff that was pretty solid, and they'd run it by me, and I'm like, that's pretty good. And they were getting all kinds of problems from the teachers. So one time I had one of my kids write a paper, and they flipped the economics of socialism to academics. So basically, all the kids got C's. Now, if you worked hard and went to the library, or if you went out and partied, you got the same grade. And of course, that was such an affront to the academics. They were disgusted, right? They were just completely disgusted by the idea. But at the same time, that's what they were teaching about economics. So the bottom line is, here it is, and I'll get it out of my system, because we live in such a freaking politically correct world, and I just don't buy into it at all. I have no desire to offend people, but the bottom line is the truth. In this life, there are winners and there are losers. Can't even say that anymore. There are people now, I believe that I have hope for people. You're not a loser until they close the lid. But there's a lot of people, when they close the lid, they were a loser. They were a loser as a man, as a husband, as a father. It was a loser financially. They were a loser. A lot of them. And it's a lot easier to be a loser than a winner. And so the reason why I'm attracted to this type of stuff is it gives you an opportunity to win. Now, at the same time, talking economics, what can be very debilitating is you think, oh, well, I need this person to be president, or these people to be in or power, or this person to win the Senate in order for me to have success. I just think it's really helpful to know how the game is played.